Hi everyone and welcome to episode 7 of Relegation Rescue with Augsburg with me, the United City FM. So we've only played one game, as is always the case in this series between episodes, and it was a 2-0 loss against Mönchengladbach, unfortunately. They sit in 7th, we're still in 15th, so you can see the discrepancy there between the two sides, and they made us pay for it really. Unfortunately, we've had some pretty bad news out of that game though. If we go and have a look in our squad, we've got quite a few knocks at the moment. Vargas is still out for 9 days or so. We've got Moravec, who's out for another 4 weeks still. We've got Jedve suspended, picked up too many yellow cards. And the real cruncher is our number one goalkeeper, Kubek, is now basically out for the rest of the season. He's out for anything up to 2 to 3 months. And there's not that long left of the season, only a couple of months left. So he's basically done. So Andreas Luther comes in to the side. He's played a few games earlier in the season for us, but he hasn't played very recently. But he's going to have to show his worth now because it's his spot, because we don't have any alternative. So that's a real blow. It hasn't, as I say, the result recently hasn't done us any favours. We do sit slightly outside the relegation zone just at the moment by 1 point. We've still got a game in hand over a few teams above us though, so if we could pick up a couple of points in the next few weeks, then hopefully that will see us clear of it. But it's still touch and go a little bit as to whether we can actually get out of the relegation zone before the end of the season. I've made a couple of decisions about what I will be doing with this series moving forward. I'll talk a little bit more about that in the next couple of episodes, so we won't dive into too much now. We've got about 4 more episodes of this, including this one left. But I have made some choices about what happens next, so keep an eye out for the next few episodes and we'll talk about that a little bit then. For today, we've got Paderborn, which is kind of one of those games where at this particular point in the season, it's quite a good game to have. They're sitting directly below us, 1 point below us. If we can beat them, then it really pulls us away from that relegation zone a little bit. And they're the sort of side that we want to be coming up against, really. We've had some really tricky games recently, and this is a good opportunity for us to try and put some bad form behind us and get 3 points if we possibly can. I've also made a tactical change in that, if you remember in the last game, we changed halfway through the game where it wasn't quite working for us. And this is sort of the structure that I came out with. And I thought it looked reasonable, and I thought it was worth giving a go in this particular game. Trying to get some momentum behind a new tactic maybe is the way to go. So I've taken up one of our spots to sort of create this asymmetrical shape, with Hahn dropping slightly deeper in the wide right area, but also losing one of our strikers and putting them in midfield a little bit and seeing if we can shore up things a little bit there. So a little bit less gung-ho. So we're going to maintain the controlled possession on the balanced approach for the beginning part of the game, but in terms of the positioning of the players and the structure of the side, there have been a few changes, so I hope you can spot those. That's pretty much all I need to tell you really. Today, as I say, we're at Paderborn. We're at home to Paderborn, should I say, which is also a positive. So let's check out the side and then get to see what happens in this particular match. So it's Luth in goal, the new goalkeeper, because Kubek is now out. We've got Framberger at right back because Jedve is out. We've got Max at left back. We've got Such Fun and Udikai back into the side in central defence. We've got Crusoe, Gibbs, White and Elena in central midfield, with Hahn on the right, Meyer on the left because Vargas is out, and Finn Bogerson up top, with a bench of, this is a new one for me to pronounce, Gooey. He's nicked all the vowels, hasn't he, for his game? How many has he got? He's got 7 vowels in his name. Somebody tell me phonetically how he's supposed to pronounce that one. Gooey. Anyway, Mavropanos is next on the list, with Lichtsteiner, Iago, Kadira, Diaz, Richter, Just Greg and Scheiber up top option at the end there. Can't get my words out. Anyway, that's the bench, that's the team, that's the tactics. This is the setup for today's game against Paderborn. So let's get into the game and see what happens. So I'm going to use the assertive team talk of we're favourites here, so go and put on a performance, just because we haven't been able to say that very much since we've been here. We've always been the underdog, so putting the onus on them to go and get a good win and a good performance in a game where they're supposed to be winning this sort of match, I hope will encourage them. I hope it will motivate them to do something in this particular game. Paderborn came in with the 4-4-2, which we've just abandoned for our new, slightly new shape. So it'll be interesting to see what sort of mix-up we have in terms of of who gets the most possession in what sort of areas. But at this moment, we've got a left wing attack going on, and Meyer crosses into Finn Bogerson, loses out, but it's just Gibbs White behind him who gets a volleyed shot at goal, but it goes narrowly over the top of the bar, and a good effort by him. But some good play down that left-hand side, which is encouraging. Finn Bogerson now up top on his own might have a little bit of more of a struggle to get in the game. Maybe we'll have to wait and see. And we've got options on the bench to change that if need be. But it was just, I felt the need to redress the central midfield balance a little bit and make us harder to beat. And so far, it's been uninspiring, hasn't it, really? Against a side where we should be dominating the game and really causing them some problems. You can see nobody's dominating, really, at all. Possession's roughly equal. Hardly any shots at goal from either side come half-time. They've had one yellow card, and that's about all that we can talk about, really. So we're going to go in and we're going to have to passionately say, we can still win this, keep working, and it will come. Just to, again, put the onus on them to go out and actually perform well and send them straight back out there again. Not going to make any other changes at half time. We're going to let this formation play out a little bit today and just see if in time we can get more used to it and get something from it. But the cross comes in and Udikai was underneath it, and he gets a decent header, but it goes really comfortably close to the goalkeeper, and he comes out and claims it with no major problems at all. And now Paderborn get a chance to counter-attack on us, and they've done so quite swiftly and find Mikhail outside wide left. Cross comes in, partially headed clear, and then fully headed onto Meyer, who gets to run with the ball and does so very nicely. Finn Bogerson, the defence opens up for him, that the goalkeeper gets down well, gets a hand to it, parries it out, and the defence can clear their lines. And again, the goalkeeper gets to set play going for them. Took a little bit of a chance there, did he, with Finn Bogerson encroaching in on him, but eventually they do get it out and work it nicely in midfield. Ryder challenge there, and a second challenge, and a third challenge, and dear me, that was shocking. They seem to just be flying in all over the place and not really getting anywhere near the ball at all. And eventually it was down to the new goalkeeper to sort us out, and he did. So we're at 67 minutes, and it's a little bit flat, isn't it? So we're going to have to rejig something, and it's personnel rather than shape at this point that I'm going to reorganise a bit. So we're going to put Diaz out on that wide right area instead of Hahn, and we're going to take Finn Bogerson off, and we're going to put just Greg on instead. And we've got one more move to make, and I think on this occasion we're going to take off Framberger down the right hand side, just because he's lacking a little bit of match sharpness, and we're going to put Lichtsteiner down there to finish off the game and see if he can unlock anything down that wide right area as an overlapping fullback whenever he gets the chance. But it's Paderborn to start this next phase of play that have got a chance. But again, a good defensive header, good strong defensive cover today. We attempt to get it clear, but it comes back at us for a while. Diaz again goes over the top though. Just Greg runs onto it. Can he put the ball away this time? He can't. It's a bit of a lame effort on his left foot, and the goalkeeper comes out and closes down the space and puts it out wide for a corner kick. Corner to be taken by Meyer. And he puts it to that far post, but we don't quite get the accuracy on the header, and it goes wide, and the goal kick is awarded to Paderborn. So time's ticking on, 80 minutes to go, and we've got a few minutes left. I'm going to pause the game, and we're going to do a couple of things. We're going to shout, and we're going to say push forward, and then at the same time, we're going to change some of the structure of our tactics. So I'm going to go into the tactical page, and we're going to just shift a few things about a bit if you give me a second. So we've changed the personnel. Now I've changed the shape a little bit. We've gone to a 4-2-3-1. Much more attacking in its approach. Custom wing play. We're going to put early crosses in and try and get it into just Greg as early as possible. We're also going to take that off of balance and go attacking and give it a real good go in this last particular part of the game. I've changed a few of the instructions as well. We don't need to go into all of them. But just to say that we are trying to go all out as much as is possible to get that one chance for that one goal that will get us the 3 points, 3 valuable points today that we really desperately need against this type of opposition. And just Greg has a narrow shot wide, Good parry again by the goalkeeper. It was put through to Just Greg very nicely. Corner comes in to the far post and it's cleared very, very well by Paderborn. And the time ticks on. 5 minutes to go. Can we put them under pressure? Lichtsteiner was fouled on that occasion, and now he takes a throw in down that right hand side. But we lose possession in a really key part of the game with a lot of people moving forward. But Udekai gets a good foot in there. Good defensive solid display today so far. But an aimless ball loses the possession again back to Paderborn, and they get a chance again to counter-attack us, and they've taken us down the left-hand side this time. Can we maintain the discipline of shape? That central midfield free, can they get a foot in? And they can't. And Paderborn now find it down the right-hand side. Are they going to get the cross in? They do get the cross in. Far post, and it took a very, very good save by Luther to stop the shot from coming in on that far post. And it's been a disappointing last couple of minutes of the game when we really wanted to go at this side. It's fallen a little bit flat again, and there's the final whistle, and it's another draw against a side that we really should have been wanting to take the points off of. So assertively, I'm going to say that's not good enough. Some of them look stressed by that, but that's fine. It's just the way it is, I'm afraid. Unhappy with that performance, and Greg has picked up a knock. It's only for a couple of days, but you can see that we're going down like flies at the moment, which is a real problem. And yeah, really, really disappointing result. It hasn't really helped us enough. What it's done is it's moved us into 14th rather than 15th. We've now played equal games with everybody else. That was our game in hand, and we didn't make the most of it. It's taken us another, we're still a point clear of that relegation zone and Paderborn as the 16th place side, but we had so much more potential to get away from that area than we've actually realised today. And it was ultimately very disappointing. So I'm going to play Hertha Berlin off the episodes in the next match that I play. And where are they sitting currently? They're sitting 10th. Another possible chance at a decent performance. Could get us some more points there, though. Mid-table side. And then we've played Köln straight after that. And they're in 6th. They're going to be harder to play, aren't they? They're looking reasonably good this season. So those are the next couple of games. Köln in the next episode. I hope you join me for that. Disappointing today, though. We've got to find some of these points from somewhere, and so far they're flattering to deceive and they're not delivering. So another one bites the dust, unfortunately. But that'll do it for today. Thanks very much for watching. If you haven't subscribed to the channel, please do so. It helps you keep up to date with the videos. If you like this particular episode, I found it a struggle, to be honest, but if you did, then please click the like button. It helps me get seen by loads of other people in the YouTube algorithms. But until next time, take care of yourselves. I'll see you very soon. Bye for now.